Shop savings store-wide during NFM's Easter sale. NFM's huge in-stock selection has the brands you trust at the perfect prices. Shop over 150 dining sets starting at $279. In-stock carpet starting at $209 per square foot. Over 100 TVs starting at just $96. Laundry pairs starting at $9.99. And sofas starting at just $299. Plus 24-month financing. Only at NFM. Store closed Easter. Only while supplies last. Minimum monthly payments required. 18% APR. Excludes clearance items. See store for details.
Hey, Namaste, bitches. It's Teresa Giudice, and I'm here with my co-host, Melissa Feaster.
What's up, Teresa? What's up, Namaste, bitches? Of course, we are so happy to be back on another beautiful Wednesday.
And I have a surprise today. We have some special guests. Melissa, tell everyone who it is.
Today on our special Namaste, bitches, we have Dolores Catania and Paulie.
Yay!
Hi.
Welcome all.
Hey, what's up?
Namaste, bitches.
Top of the
I wanted
morning.
to say that for so long now.
Namaste, bitches. We have you guys finally. How long have I been fucking stalking you guys?
Oh, probably since we dated.
I think she was stalking me before.
I was.
Wait, and how long has that been? How long have you guys been dating?
Almost, what, year and a half?
Yeah.
It's a year and a half.
Just over a year.
Already?
Yeah.
It's a year and a half, 5 days.
I
Oh,
love that.
Look, he's just trying to get laid right now, Dolores. Come on.
Okay, you don't
I've
have
already
to.
been late.
He doesn't.
You see, Melissa,
is
she
okay.
says it's okay. She's like, fine. See, she said she would give him a lay anytime he wants, not like you.
Well, listen, you have to beg. Okay, beg, please.
Why?
Please.
Tell her, Dolores. I
Listen,
know.
listen, no. I give it to him. Birthdays, holidays,
she says.
Christmas. You know.
That's a nice gift you got.
that's a nice lingerie, Melissa.
Is that Gucci?
That's so
What
sexy.
you guys don't see, you guys, I'm wearing a Christmas shirt because I've been homeless and this is the only thing I could find. I don't even know if this is even my shirt at this point. It could be someone's house guest that I'm like renting their shirt. But what you don't see is the nipple side opens. They have patches so that I can just open
They
and
do?
shake you like no.
Paul has sexy underwear, by the way.
He does?
I do.
Yes, he looks good in his.
Well, Louis doesn't
boxers.
wear underwear, so he doesn't wear underwear at all.
Okay. I wasn't gonna go into the bone talk, but I mean it is Namaste, bitches. You never know what we're gonna throw at you, baby.
I don't.
Throw a bone.
I will throw a bone. I won't
don't
throw it
say
to my
bone.
husband.
I say have sex. She says bone, you know?
There's
I
something
can't- wait,
about
wait,
I
excuse
don't
me.
like that.
I
Have
can't
sex.
say that.
Have sex?
or I say let's do some hanky panky. How you like hanky panky?
I like that better
Or,
than
I mean,
sex.
I don't say
don't
bone.
like
All right,
it's
so let's make love.
That works.
but I don't like sex. To me, it feels like it's
Don't
so
say you
cold.
don't like sex because that's the opposite of what
No,
you
I'm
absolutely
saying I
love
don't
sex.
like
word.
I don't say bone. I don't know. We don't even say it. I don't.
Can I tell you guys something? I hope my parents aren't while we're talking about this because we just moved into this new rental. Just moved in. This makes me bad parent 101. I can't believe I'm saying this, you guys. Earmuffs. For anyone that doesn't want to listen, just earmuffs real quick, okay? So we're in this new house. Our girl is at a grandparent's house. Our boy is sick, steaming in the shower that we just put on. And like, we've been moving. We've been in transition for weeks. And like, there's been no boning at all. And Josh just looks at me and I'm like, our kid is like in the tub real quick. Like there's no tub. There's no water filled. It's safe. But literally just on the floor in the
But
kid's
he's
bedroom.
breathing. He's breathing
We
in
went.
the steam. It's okay, you know.
Yeah, but that's how we got it in
That's
real quick.
fine.
Not in front of him.
I
He's
know
like,
that.
kids in
I
the bathroom.
get it. So you guys had 5 minutes to yourself. That was fine.
You think
Parents do it whenever
you
they
think you
can.
created a
No,
poster?
but I felt bad. I was like, dude, he's like right there. Okay, we got.
You think about it too much, Melissa.
Well, see where the conversations at Namaste, bitches. And I wore my Santa shirt thinking I was going to be nicer and like, you know, calmer and, you know.
Come on, you know better than that.
I know. Who am I fooling? Okay, so wait, let's go back because a year and a half, I can't believe it's been a freaking year and a half. How did you guys even meet?
Well, we have a mutual friend, Vanessa DeLeon, and she kind of said, "Oh, I have a cool friend for you." And it was right after me and Dave broke up and Paul was breaking up with someone. And I was like, and I'm like, oh, I said, okay. I go, but I'm not that cool. So she's like, he'll bring it out in you. So we had a date set up few weeks went by, and I called her. I'm like, I never heard from your friend. And then now I'm like looking at his Instagram. I'm like, he's really hot. He's really cute. And actually, we followed each other. And then I saw his mom, who I was admiring because she looked like my grandmother. And I'm like, oh, she's so cute. And then I wound up liking him. I thought he was gay on his Instagram.
Paulie?
When I found out he wasn't, I was like, you're kid. Oh my God, he's so gorgeous. And then I called her and I'm like, when I realized it was him, I'm like, I haven't heard from your friend. She's like, oh, I mean, that's not like him. Anyway, we wound up talking and we ran into each other 3 days before our first date at the Apple store because both our phones broke at the same time.
Meant to be. What are the chances of that?
You think I was like coming because, all of a sudden my phone broke? No.
Although now the story, I do believe her because she loses shit all the time. iPod. She always getting a new phone, so it's probably true. It was probably a coincidence, but
that's insane, though. What are the chances you guys your phone?
My car. She knew what she was up to.
What was I driving around the parking lot for?
I have no idea.
Nothing else to do.
No, I
wasn't all dressed. For proof, I was not dressed when I saw him. I would have avoided him. Like, I didn't want the first impression to be no makeup, hair in a ponytail, just got out of the gym. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to be done up when you're seeing someone. For the first time. Like when I met Louis, it was walk-in, so I wasn't done up. I guess that was yeah. But if you know you're gonna meet someone, you want to look good. You want to be done up.
Yeah, I would have been like, "Oh shit, that's his car. I'm not going in."
Oh, you knew his car? Okay.
Everyone.
I rest my case.
Case closed.
No clue I was in there.
I'm with you, baby.
Wink.
I'm with you, baby. Listen, I'm like Stalker 101, so I get all of it. I know it. Paulie, though, did she tell you that she thought you were gay?
Yeah, she sent me a video. I still have it. I'm going to fucking destroy her with it one day. Absolutely. Sent me a video. She's like, oh my God, you just remind me of my friends. Like, I have to say, you kind of look gay. I'm glad you're not, but you kind of look gay. I'm like,
that's a compliment to me.
What a way to bone somebody.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I think gay men are beautiful.
They are.
They're very well
put together,
and put together. So when I'm telling a straight man, I thought you were gay, that is a compliment.
That is a compliment. Huge compliment.
I took it as a compliment. I really did. It was.
But did you know, Paulie, who she was?
Not a clue.
Nothing.
No.
You never seen Jersey. You never saw Housewives.
Everyone knows Teresa.
I knew Teresa.
The whole world knows Teresa.
Louis said that he didn't know Teresa.
I'm sure maybe he knew of her. Maybe he didn't know that was her when he ran into her.
And then his son told him, like, whatever, 10 minutes later, he's like, you know who that was?
And then he probably said, oh, yeah, but I mean.
It was very weird because I didn't know her. Within about 3 fucking clicks on my Google, I knew everything about her. So it was kind of went from not knowing her to knowing everything about her.
See, Teresa, that's not fair to us.
So I was like, oh yeah, and then that was it. But listen, it was fun to meet somebody that was in that world, right? For me, because I used to live in the opposite world, right? So very like selective. I stay away, not into big groups, and kind of keep myself to myself. So I meet this one, and she's the opposite, the polar opposite to it. So, but she was just so cool, so natural, so down to earth. Like our first time we met each other, when supposedly we bumped into each other, ironically, and she had nothing else on for the day, so she was available. Which very busy girl. Her schedule was open for me that day for some reason.
And she knew your car.
We set up in bed for about 3 hours, just shooting the breeze, talking shit about everything, talking about our kids, talking about life, past, present, future, and honestly, pulling away from the parking lot that day, I said to myself, "Wow, this because I was a little bit inferior of what she was, right? Because it's Teresa, right? You guys,
and I don't even think that way. Here I am. I'm just sitting across from this guy, not thinking 1 second. He was a little bit nervous when I walked up to him in the store, and I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's like a little bit nervous right now." But I didn't think anything of it. But I never think because I'm on TV or because I am just the same person that I've always been. The same.
Yeah, but you know what? Thank God. I mean, he could have ran away. Like anybody that meets like someone that's on TV. It's either they stay or they're like, I want nothing to do with this.
I don't think it was nervous. I think I was just a little, I'm
not the word nervous. No,
I'm a different country, so I see things differently and I judge things differently. So it was kind of a lot to like process because that's not how we're used to doing it. Like normally it's like, hey, you tell your friend I like her, and she tells my friend I like her. And, as you grow up and then things go on this way. But when you see this big feature walking in towards you and she had Lululemon pants on, I'm like looking at her. The store is looking at her. All the men are looking at her. I'm looking at the men looking at her. I'm looking at the gay guy serving me, looking at her, looking at me, going, what the fuck is going on here? And she walks up, she goes, hey, Paulie. And I'm like, fuck. But the good thing that saved me that day was I had a mask on because it was during COVID. So I kept on moving the mask up closer to my face to cover as much as I could. But it was fun. It broke the ice really good. It really did.
Guess what, Teresa? My green pan pans came and they are freaking dope. I got the Reserve ceramic nonstick pans in light blue, and I have not gone out to dinner or even ordered takeout one time since I got them. I love, 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 to steal your line, love cooking on these pans.
Me too. I told you I have the same ones in Merlot with gold handles. They match with my kitchen. So perfect. And now they're the only pans I use to make sauce on Sundays. Nothing sticks. And Louie and the girls love them because they're so easy to wash.
And I know you extra love them because it's in Merlot, like the wine you love to drink. And I also love them, Teresa, because they are not made with any of that old plastic coating that can totally turn toxic when it's heated. They don't give off any fumes when you're cooking. They conduct heat evenly. And, which I love, you can even cook now with less butter and oil, which means, for the nutritionist, healthier eating.
I know. I love that. Also, I'm starting a YouTube cooking channel. So if people want to see them, they could tune into my YouTube channel and they will see me using the pans. And I'm so excited about that. I can't wait for everyone to tune into that. I know I already said it, but I love how easy the pans are to clean. Nothing sticks to the green pan frying pans, and pancakes flip over so easy. Adriana loves using those pans. Because Adriana is a pancake freak, and she makes it on her own. She's 13, and she knows how to make the pancakes. And she's like, Mommy, I love these pans.
That's incredible. Listen, if a 13-year-old is smashing out these awesome pancakes, anybody can do it. And not only are they easy to clean, easy to use, but Green Pan has a 60-day return policy too. And trust us, once you start using them, though, you definitely will not want to return them.
And Mother's Day is coming. Green Pan makes a great gift.
I was going to get them for my mom, even though she's not a great cook, but I felt like if you're going to start cooking, these are the pans to start. So Namaste Bitches is sponsored by Green Pan. It's 2023, you guys. Are you still cooking with pans made out of plastic?
So head to greenpan.us and use promo code Namaste, and you'll receive 30% off your entire order plus free shipping on orders over $99.
And you also get 30% off. Whether you buy one pan or you buy the whole set like we got, that's 30% off anything you order.
So head to greenpan.us and make sure you use your promo code Namaste.
You Google her and you see Dolores, you see Housewives, you see all this, and like you said, you're so the other way. So what made you be like, oh, sure?
So the girl that introduced us, that set us up, was like, let's go on a double date. She's cool, blah, blah, blah. She broke up, has an ex. It's all figured out. They're really in different places and stuff. And then when I kind of read a couple of things and then seen like, welcome back, scumbag, so I'm like, this girl she's fun, right? There's a lot of fun to her. And I could see that, she's kind of like a person that's able to talk to anybody, right? So I was a little intimidating the first time we went on a real date. And, you know, I picked her up. She had a fucking glam squad. You know, Dolores, right? I come out, her neighbor's out there taking photographs of her before she gets in the car. I'm like, what the fuck am I getting myself into, right? So I get this chick. First of all, I seen her the day before. Then the next time she's spray tanned. She got the fucking hair done, the eyelashes, boobs are sticking out. I'm like.
Meanwhile, I think nothing of this. I don't think he's thinking this. I don't think my mind isn't going this way. I'm not thinking, oh, he's hot for me. I'm not. I'm just like getting spray tan all over his Rolls Royce at this point.
Oh my God.
His whole body's imprinted. It's still there. He never was.
There's a silhouette of fucking Dolores when she left that night. There was one like this. There was one like this.
God.
One like this. But this is a true thing, something that happened that night. So we pull up to the parking lot. We get out. We have to go to the restaurant. You know, we get a car to pick us up and drive us to the restaurant from where we were, or from the parking lot. And she kind of wanted to know about what I do on a day-to-day and, you know, what makes me different to what I do versus, you know, people that do the same thing I do. And she's very interested in stuff like that I've never heard come from anybody else. No matter how many people I spoke to, whether it be casual, on a day, relationship, the depth of where she went with that conversation opened the door for a lot of real ground conversations that led to.
Nice.
Yeah.
But like you're seeing this because I asked Teresa the same thing about Louis. You're in a new relationship, Dolores. We've seen your relationships, whether it's Frank, the stuff you guys have gone through with David, like all this. Were you trying to keep Paulie away?
Yes. And Teresa, I don't know if you feel the same way. If we could take this part of our life and stick it in a box and keep it away from what we do, of course we would do that, but we don't have that option.
I met Paulie on FaceTime when we were in Nashville. So she was already talking to him while we were in Nashville.
And Paul was in Ireland.
Yeah, so that's the first time I met Paulie.
Wait, Nashville for the filming when you guys filmed?
When I threw everything on Margaret, remember that? That trip. Yeah.
We were just dating at that point.
Like whatever, friends or whatever they were. They just like, you know, but that's the first time I met him, you know?
And to me, and obviously, you know, there's nothing against Dolores, but I was a little in shock when Teresa come on the FaceTime because I'm like,
that's nothing against me. I love that you love that.
And that there's all these little parts of what it is. Like, so you understand, I'm dating Dolores and I'm finding out what she does. I don't go to work with her. You know, I meet her afterwards.
He really doesn't know about this life yet, right?
So then all of a sudden,
he doesn't know how
crazy it is.
Big. It's kind of big, right? This big life. So here I am. I guess I FaceTime you with Teresa, who's my friend forever.
Yeah.
And she's just
friend.
Teresa.
It just kind of reminisced that I'm not dating
Mary Jane from next door.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, but I wasn't. And like, you know, this was one of the moments that I went, oh wow, this is different, because you know this is.
And we had producers standing over us trying to video us because her and I went outside of the restaurant to talk and just get some fresh air. I mean, we were filming all day, and her and I have separated from the group. And the producers were like, "Who are you talking to?
And we didn't
Who are you FaceTiming?" You know? They knew I had broken up with Dave at that point. So they wanted to know every step I was making.
So what'd you say? You just said what did you say? Because there are cameras, you're mic'd. Like, how did you?
We weren't mic'd.
No, we weren't.
Oh, you weren't mic'd.
After we filmed, we had a break.
We're never left alone on these trips.
You want to
never.
know what she said? It's my gay friend Paul.
Did you?
Of course she
I
did.
might have.
You know she did.
But like, so then you knew. How did you know of Teresa? Just from you were catching up?
No, because you know, I've seen her on TV over the years. Like, you know, I've seen it on TV, not watched it, but like, and the table flip. Come on, like, it's iconic.
Oh, so you knew that?
Of course, I knew of the Housewives.
You knew of me.
I knew Caroline Manzo. I knew Teresa. You know, and I knew that Teresa was like I actually think I bumped into her somewhere. You're at like some part. I was there. You were there. They were filming. There were some years and years ago. So I always kind of stuck in the back of my head. So like I said, that's how I knew her. I didn't no, Teresa Giudice, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know anything history about her, what she did, what she didn't do. Just knew she was a housewife and on TV.
So like being not, you know, that's not your jam. You know, you're in the corner with the drink, you know, in the background. At what point were you like, sure, I'll be a part of this?
Never really a point of being a part of it. So I chose to be in Dolores' life and she chose to be in mine. So, that sword is there. So what I do, and she'll support me, I will support her. So I never looked at it like I would be a part of exit, like an external thing, because it's her. So I just move with her and I go with her, whatever that consists of,
And I like that. Like, he has his own business. He has his own life.
World.
Like, yeah.
I don't need Dolores' money like everybody keeps on saying. He's looking for a green card.
Oh my God, no. They say that about Louis too.
that?
They say that about Louis too. Like, he needs my money. I'm like, no, he does not.
I actually...
Trust me, Paul's not looking into my money.
No. So it's like, you see these... And then listen, they're stupid ideas.
And by the way, he is a citizen, so he's not looking for a green card.
So it's like, it's typical Mick shit, right? Oh, he's looking for a green card. Oh, he's looking for her money. Dolores needs her own money for herself, and she spend it all on herself and nobody else. That's how I see it, and that's it. And they were the only little bumps in the road that you have people being stupid. Like,
people say that same thing, guys, about Louis. They're like, oh, he's only dating her because of her money, and it's like
he has more than me. What is he?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, people don't even know what they're talking about. Like, that's so not so false.
And that was my thing with Paul. Like, don't read anything. Don't look at social media. Just don't even bother. Like, don't, because at some point it can get under your skin. And I don't want that for him. Just ignore it. Shut it off. I don't know what's going on in the news. I'm not watching the news these days. I'm just not. I don't know what's going on unless my mother calls me to tell me.
But like, could you... Yeah, but Paulie, could you shut it off? Could you not look?
I'm very good at gauging the understanding of what it is, right? So now I'm very matured into knowing what this is. So listen, we all know what's right, we all know what's wrong. You can play dumb to a certain point if you want, but you know what reality is. People might say stuff because they feel at that point they want to be relative in a comment, and that's what most of it is. They want to say something and be notified or whatever. And some people I've replied to, and be like, well, you're kind of fucking wrong, but who cares, some messages I've got, people are like, blah, 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 blah. And she'll tell you, I reply back to them with like a decent message. And they're like, actually, you're actually a cool guy. I didn't know that. So it's just, it's the stigma of what the first impressions are. Right. And I understand, so as like, I'm not trying to fill in for Frank Catania or anybody that's been in Dolores' life. I'll never be the parent to her children. And that's a rule that's written before me. So I don't ever look to take any of that power away. I just want to support Dolores. I want to be there for her. And like, her friends, there's one of her friends right there. Like, we've became good friends. I like Teresa a lot. She's always been very respectful, very nice to me. Same back. We get on, we have fun, we talk. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all love, and that's it. And that's the way it should be. And if you really do take your vision off that and you let the outside come in, that's where you have a problem. Now that's where you make a mistake.
The problem isn't in-house. It's not with me and Teresa and Paul, and everybody has blended like almost like a close family, right? I'll say chosen family. I can say I consider her family, but it's always the external things that cause the most issues.
And it's mostly from people that don't understand the relevance of what they're even saying.
Yeah. Well, like you said, they just want to drop a little bomb and make some splash.
Listen.
But I can turn it off because I don't care. I don't give a shit. She turns it off.
Dolores is just like me. We know how to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah, but you've also been around this game, Dolores, for a long time.
Melissa, always.
She has. She's been around since really the beginning. She really has. It's just she didn't get on from the beginning, but she has been around since the beginning. I've known Dolores just as long as Dina and Jacqueline. We were all friends, and we wanted her to come on, but Dolores could say why she didn't come on. Like right away, like we wanted her to come on from the beginning. We did.
Yeah, I was asked season 1. I just didn't feel like it was a good time for me. I wasn't sure of the way things were going. It wasn't a great time in my life. And I was scared of it, to be truthful. I didn't know what would come of it. And then I was like, once I got to know it, and once Teresa would call me and she'd go, but this is so great. And then I was like, okay. Couple of years later.
I mean, I guess Dolores and I were the most skeptical because it took me 11 months to sign my contract. Like, Jacqueline got me to sign my contract. Otherwise, I wouldn't have signed it.
Something happened in one of my first confessionals. I think they twisted my words around. I don't know if you remember, Teresa. And it really turned me off.
Yeah.
you know, they didn't offer us much money in the beginning either, like hardly anything. I don't even remember what it was.
It was like $25,000. And meanwhile, I spent that because I had a housewarming party. So I spent like over $10,000 for the party. And then, you know,
Teresa was in the red.
I put money
Only Teresa.
I was like, I guess this is an investment because I put money into it.
She's like, I guess I mean, no, I'm not going back. That's it. That's funny.
She's like, where's the rest of it? Because it just was gone on my party. So where's the rest of it?
Because this is like when we started, like we had to pay for everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you could get things here or there, like they give you a discount, or if they do it pro bono, then you advertise them like that or something like that.
Nothing.
But exactly, nothing's for free. Exactly.
What confessional when you started, not first season, but when you first
season. Yeah. Like they sat us down, they're feeling it out. And then producers I call them very draconian back then. Like they did not care what they were going to do. They did not know the tricks of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And back then I was very principled. I was still coming from Patterson, Dolores. We were still like straight up just like regular girls with a lot of principle, like, you know, we didn't let things go. Like you said something about us, we're going to be mad. And we were very good friends to each other. And they kind of like twisted my words. And I was like, fuck you.
So you took it more personal.
I took it so much more personal. Now I'd be like, Teresa, I didn't say that. And she'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. But back then it was like, what did you say? I had no idea somebody would lie about something we said. We had no idea these things happened in life.
And then things got back to her that she didn't like. So she's like, I'm not doing this right now, you know?
Yeah. I was like, I said that. And I said my friend was soulmates. They were soulmates together. Like, that's what I said. And
yeah, she didn't like what was going down even before the cameras started rolling.
And I was like, ew.
So that's why she took a step back. She's like, I'm not doing this.
And then they got to learn all the tricks of the producers, how they would pit you against each other. And Teresa got the brunt of that in the beginning.
You think Vanderpump Rules is messy now?
It's always been messy. I'm Jax Taylor, the OG Pump Rules villain.
And I'm Brittany Cartwright, wife of the OG villain. And we've got a new podcast, When Reality Hits.
We'll definitely be talking about Vanderpump Rules, past and present, and oh my, Scandival.
Ugh. And you'll get a look at what life is like for us now as we figure out marriage and parenthood. Little cruisy.
And friendships, and definitely feuds.
It's our real reality, with and without cameras.
And sometimes with special guests like our celeb friends, former castmates, and other veterans of reality TV.
So listen to and follow When Reality Hits with us, Jax Taylor and Brittany Cartwright.
At Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Explore today's must-have trends and innovative styles at Mrs. B's Clearance and Outlet. Shop one-of-a-kind finds in today's must-have trends. Explore wall-to-wall deals, furniture, flooring, mattresses, home accents, seasonal favorites, and more. Discover unique new home decor, pillows, accessories, and more. There's something perfect for your style and budget. There's new inventory every day at up to 80% off suggested retail. Discover the style and savings of Mrs. B's Clearance and Outlet.
What made you come back then and say, okay, now I will do it?
I had gone through school. I got a little technical degree, and I was very proud of I wanted to achieve that in my life. It took a lot for me to do. It almost actually killed me, but I wanted to do it. And then once I was done, I realized that I wasn't making a great living. The girls were very successful. And then I was more comfortable with filming because I was still filming with them. I just wasn't a cast member. And then I knew it better. I was more comfortable with it. By then, they had been through a lot with all the tricks and everything that goes on in production, which really doesn't go on as much as it used to now because it can't, because they're wise to them.
Because you guys know.
Yeah. And then I was ready, and they said, okay, let's see what you got. And I went to her in-laws' house in the Catskills, and I spent the weekend with them, and I filmed, and it was great. And then the producers were like,
my in-laws, yeah, up in the Catskills.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when I had the black fur hat and then I go like this?
In the church.
In the church.
In the chapel.
Yes.
And I did great. And then the producers were like, nah, we're going to bring on some twins. They're better, I think.
Oh, my God. No. That's when then they brought in the twins? How are those producers feeling now about that decision?
7 years later, I don't know. but that's how it went down. Timing is everything, I think.
Timing is everything. Oh, wait. So when you were the first season, were you also with Frank at that point still?
No, I'm divorced 25 years.
Yeah. She's been divorced.
So it just, you personally, you're just like, this isn't my jam right now.
And I was the single girl on the show, Melissa. So they were going to use me as a sacrificial lamb. Their plan was to fucking say, oh, we're going to take her. We're going to pit her against the girls and pit the girls against her. And that was going to be me. So guess who takes my place? Danielle Staub.
Timing is everything.
I went through a lot in those next few years. And I learned a lot more about life and raising my kids and things that we had gone through. And I had so much more to offer when I did come back.
It's all timing, I think, for everything.
No, it definitely is. Yeah.
It's crazy.
You met Louis at a time of your life and he met you at a time of your life. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We met. It's just everything. If you trust timing and you trust it, I think it all works out in the end. As much as it might feel like a shitty deal at the moment, and you're like,
totally,
that doesn't feel cool. I don't want that. But if you go through the process, I believe timing is always relevant to life.
Yeah, I believe that. So, yeah.
So you meet Frank the Tank. Obviously, we all see how this is going, and like, you know, you guys are butting heads a little bit. When did you, Dolores, first? Because Dolores, you and I even talked. Frank did another episode on Side Piece, and Frank was just being Frank, right? And then like my social media person was posting quotes, and you called me. I'm like, what's up, Dolores? And you're like, dude, I really like this guy. You know, these men, they're fucking crazy. Like, Paulie, you guys were just starting dating, and Dolores told me, she said on the phone, she was like, you know what? I'm dating this guy, and I actually really like him, Melissa. Like that. It was so sweet. And I was like, whoa, what? Yes. Paulie, yes.
Me that too.
It was
yes.
And I remember that because I think, Dolores, you're like the only one that calls me Melissa. And it was so sweet. And I was standing there and it was just like, oh my God, I think I hung up the phone. I'm like, Josh, I think Dolores actually really, because we knew Frank and like, you know, talked to Frank a lot. And I'm like, I think Dolores really likes somebody. And you hadn't posted anything on social yet. You guys
we can't post stuff on social, not until we know for sure, because we didn't, you know, like same thing with me. I didn't want to bring Louis around right away. And my brother's the one that outed him. Remember? Oh, you know, he's the
on
best
the show.
guy ever. You know?
Drees is in love.
Like calling him his brother-in-law, and he just had met him. People forget about that. Like he loved him in the beginning, you know? And I still wasn't ready to bring him on when my brother announced him. That was my brother announcing him. Like, I didn't want to bring him on. Like, I wanted to, I wanted to take my time. Like, yeah, because, you know, this is a hard thing. It's like, it's not easy to be in this, you know?
It's easy to be in a relationship off camera.
Exactly.
No relationship.
Let alone on camera, you know?
So then, Paulie, when you are, okay, I have Dolores. I have her amazing boobs and ass. But then she's on TV. And then we have this whole dynamic of Frank and, you know, how close they are. And like, are we living together? Who's living together? At any point, you weren't like, I'm good. I don't need this.
Be honest. I wouldn't be mad if you said that. I would understand.
It wasn't a place. If you listen to the outside and you let it in, right? Then you can get a confused feeling of how that really is, right? So the way I kind of started to kind of understand it better was like, all right, you know, like it's relevant. You know, Frank is a part of Dolores' life. It will never change. And nor do I want it to change, or do I want it not to be there. That's not ever in my mindset, because I would never want another man trying to remove me from my family. So to say I understand, I do. I think maybe for the first time, Frank realized that Dolores actually was with someone that she liked and that liked her. And he probably, because he knows her so well, seen some changes that nobody else would notice, and maybe listened to some things and seen some difference in her movement towards how she's acting now. And he probably said, well, this is a big change. So he probably read it before this got to the point of where him and her are really serious. If you want my honest opinion, that's what I think it was. I think Frank has had...
Well, yeah, before we were even at the point of that I agree with that.
I'm not a stubborn person, but I'm not going to be like, hey, I want to be your, I'm not high-fiving you and going out playing ball and going out drinking all that. Yeah, like I have my friends. I don't need any more. I'm cool, but I'm very receiving of the
open to a relationship. Right?
Yeah. So I think the part for me was to understand that. And sometimes there was some gray areas of things that maybe were in existing relationships were okay. And then in this relationship, there's a transition period, and obviously friendships of how maybe the last chap was maybe, he just more open about different ways. And look, I'm a man. And if people say I'm wrong for wanting what's best for Dolores, and I want a life with Dolores, and I feel that there's a path and that we have to be on, and it doesn't have to include everybody all the time, but there has to be some time where it's like this. And that's just how I feel. And I'm not looking to upset anybody's memento or what they have. And if you really want someone to be happy, you should really, if they're happy, you should follow them and go with them. That's the way I see it. If they're not happy, you should then say, hey, by the way, I think you're making a mistake. You don't look happy. But if the person seems happy and they are happy, don't try and pull them back. Let them go. Because
you're right.
That's what I say about Teresa. Everybody let them be. Let them go. In the beginning, when people question this, and I'm like, I only look at if my friend and her kids are happy. And then I don't care what happens outside.
And especially at this point in our lives, like we've been through it. We know exactly what we want.
Don't worry about us. We're the ones that take care of everybody. I know what I'm
doing. Exactly.
To answer the question better, here's what I think it was. Frank and Dolores' relationship is very unique to the point where they didn't have that platonic relationship, but they were very close. So Frank could go to her with anything. She could say anything to him.
We did have a platonic relationship, you mean?
Oh, sorry. You had a platonic relationship. So Frank could go with her to anything, or same for Dolores, right? So that's great, right? You can go back and forth. You can go back and forth and talk about whatever it is, anything, because you know each other 20-something years or whatever. You got 2 kids together. There's really nothing relative you can't say to that person, right? I think that maybe Frank felt that he was, not going to have that anymore, right? That's not going to be attainable, which is not true, but everything within moderation. That's all I say.
Did you ever think that there was still something not platonic going on? Like they had maybe feelings for each other still?
Yes, from Frank's side, 100%. Yes.
Yeah. From Dolores' side, absolutely not.
Absolutely. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Because he didn't know Frank. I don't think that about
right.
Dolores doesn't think that. She's like, oh, that's kind of weird. But from a guy's perspective, and I have friends.
And I can understand why he would think that.
I'm talking from a man's point of view. That's pretty much the topic. And I don't know the depth of how close things got and how bad things got between them. I don't really care because it's the past. But I do definitely believe that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and again, like we all saw, you and David weren't really, so for the first time, Frank's seeing you like legit serious and a guy legit serious into you. And he was probably like, whoa, what the fuck is happening?
I think that's
right.
A little bit
like a son, like a kid to me,
Paulie, you are like, okay, I'm still going to stick with it. We're going to get through this Frank stuff. Oh, and then they're doing a show. Did you want to go on camera?
No. Wasn't something that I wanted to do, only because that's Dolores' life.
Yeah, and so, same with Louis. He really didn't want to be on camera
These
either.
Are guys, they have their own life. They don't need our
life. Like I'm serious. Like Louis and Paulie are not those type of guys. Like they don't want to be on camera. They're famous in their own world. Like they don't need to be on camera. Like,
right?
And it's
I'm famous in my own head.
And this is the thing when you first come on. And unfortunately with me, it depends when you're the top dog. It's like you have these negative people shooting darts at you. And it's like, who needs that shit?
Trees, it's like people say, they say, oh, Louis doing it for the fame. Paul's doing it for the fame.
Yeah, not at all, please.
Unless, do you think they're doing it for the fame? Both these guys.
Here's the fame I get. If I get an extra rep in the gym, I'm fucking famous to myself. That's it. I get extra sleep or if I close a deal. I go out for.
And they're both established. They're both established in their lives. Like this is they don't need this. If anything, this is a headache.
But the flip side to it is this, right?
He didn't mind. He shared his house with everything. He didn't care what happened, what got scratched, what got broke. He was very open to make it look good for me. and that's what he wants. But he's like, does he want 30, 40 people in his house at one time?
Do I need people driving by my house with their iPhone videotaping my house, taking photos of my car? No, I don't mind it because it's for her. So I'm actually happy that she's good with that. But in relevance is like, and then people
I mean, now that you're in, it's like, yeah, it's very intrusive. You know, it's like you don't.
Intrusive. I'm in fucking Acme, and I got people whispering, "Oh."
Yeah, I mean, it's very like it's not for everybody, and and it disrupts your life, like, you know.
Here's the part that's very hard for people to understand, and I hope they do. So now we say that we didn't want this, right? So it's the truth, but we go with it because that's what you do, right? You don't always go. You go somewhere, not all the time. You don't want to be there. You just go with the flow, right? This is a big go with the flow ask,
right?
But I wanted her to be happy, and I'm here long term, not short term. If I was thinking short term, I would have never stood. I don't care what they said or what she said. I would never stood behind the camera. Short term, that's not good for her. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody, right? So now you're on camera. This is a whole mindfuck because now I have no clue what the fuck's going on, right? So now you're being called the opposite. Oh, he just wants the camera. He just wants this life. He's looking for it.
Yeah.
You're like, so what am I meant to do? Stand there and be like this? I'm fucking not happy. I don't.
Exactly. That's why you got to ignore the haters. You got to ignore the people.
Excuse me for a minute, but like, I don't want to do this because I'm doing it. I shouldn't do it. But if I don't do it, I should be doing it. Like,
it's a complete, like you said, it's a complete mind fuck. You can't win either way, right? Like, if you're excited, you're just here for the cameras. If you're not, you're a dick.
And listen, I think you can see from what's been aired so far, this is exactly how me and Dolores go on. I'm constantly back and forth with her. We're constantly with banter. She's taking the piss. I'm always talking when she sits on her ass. Airbags, we're always making jokes, right?
I don't have air.
She doesn't have
I don't have implants.
But I mean, like,
I had a fat transfer.
They do things. They put fat in your butt.
They took it from other places and they stick it and they make it rounder.
So I can just finish on that comment because I totally enjoyed working with Dolores, meeting her friends, meeting the producers, and experiencing that. It was enjoyable, and best of all was her fucking wedding.
Yeah, that was. I know. I can't wait.
Paulie.
I can't wait to relive that.
Cool.
May 23rd, baby. Oh, and I guess I could tell my girl because she was she was a bridesmaid in my wedding. We're gonna be a New Jersey bride.
Oh, congrats!
Yeah, we're gonna be a New Jersey bride starting the month of June, and it's on there for 6 months. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Good.
So I'm excited. Yeah.
But yeah, congrats.
And you know what else I heard about that? That they also like another Jersey housewife to be on.
Yes, after me. Yes.
Paulie, coming into the group, were any of the guys standoffish?
No, I have to say, and this it's the best way not to name anybody, just individually for them all. Every one of them were super cool. I met them. It was a high five. What's up, bro? Fucking nice to meet you. And it was like I was transported to a scenario that I already knew. They actually were that welcoming. That's the truth. Everybody was cool, and then they're like, come over here, take a shot. Let's all talk. And
they just kind of wanted to have fun.
I mean,
that was the calendar shoot.
Yeah, guys are usually cool, Guys are cool.
Frank Catania, same thing, very cool, all understanding. And like, I think because they're there so long, they look back and they go, I know how this poor fucker feels. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, totally. We've been there.
And they're just, they're kind of not telling you what to do, but they're, follow her lead and just, leave them all. Let
the crazy bitches over there.
All
Let's
the
go
guys
get drunk in the corner.
They just want to eat and drink and wank each other off. Basically,
I'm not wanking anybody off.
Yeah. If you had to wank one of the guys off, who would it be?
Joey's got no dick. Frank's got no dick.
Well, you guys, you know what else is super cool? When you play a super speed rapid fire game with us Namaste bitches. Rapid fire, first answer that comes to your mind.
And if we get it wrong, we take a piece of clothing off? Did Dolores tell you about that?
No. What?
I had Dolores naked in 2 moves.
And I won.
Oh, wait. Because I didn't know she only wore 2 pieces of fucking clothing. Swear to God, shoes and a dress. Nothing else. I played the off-camera shoes. I'm like, that's kind of weird. She goes, I'll take off my dress next. I might wait to see it. Underwear. Whoop. I'm like, oh, I won. That was easy.
Bras are overrated. They just get in the way. Okay, so rapid fire. First, both of you guys, first answer that comes to your mind, okay? Who said, I love you first?
Paul.
Oh, that's so cute. Next question. Who's the best cook?
Paul.
Me.
I like that. Okay.
Paul's the best cook because he doesn't eat Italian food. So I let him cook whatever he wants.
All right. If you guys have a pet name for each other, what is it?
I call him Paulie.
Do you call her anything?
No, he calls me Dolo. You call me Dolo.
Delicious.
No, tell the truth.
Delicious Dolo.
I like that.
Delicious Dolo.
What are you guys mostly likely to argue about?
Anything.
No, see what we most likely to argue about? It's kind of fucking really odd because it's not an argument kind of conversations that we have. We're not like,
yeah.
Honestly, it's about spending time together. About being available for each other.
So it's like we try to book a trip and then he's got big deals coming and I want to go. And then when he wants to go, I have something it's just like
just always
stupid
trying
shit
to
like that.
But we don't really, there's really no need for it. So
most importantly, in my kind of questions, sex in the morning or sex at night?
Both.
Doesn't matter now.
During the night, during the
See that, Melissa? Fucking take notes, Melissa. Take notes.
Come on. By now we should know. I just talk a big thing. That's not how I am.
All right. Who's most likely to initiate hanky panky?
These are the fun. Either one. It goes either way.
All right. Who is most likely to drink a whole bottle of wine on a Saturday night?
Paul was a big wine collector, drinker before I met him. So it would have been him, but we don't drink that much wine anymore.
I had one drink.
Too fattening.
I had one drink on St. Patrick's Day.
First time in his life.
One.
Wow.
You don't know why? Because I spent St. Patrick's Day by her mom's. They got corned beef and cabbage. We sat in with them and hung out for the whole fucking day.
He loves my mom.
So cool.
He said it feels like home for him.
And actually, we came home and I was sitting on the laptop looking at stuff, and I heard this like opening. And I'm like, it's fucking Lent. You can't have Diet Coke.
Because I gave up Diet Coke.
Because she gave up Diet Coke. She goes, so like she disappeared,
I know he gave it up to be with my mom.
Oh,
that's good.
So
she
nice. Comes to the table with a fucking can of Guinness and pours me a pint of Guinness. That's what she was opening. And I was like, oh.
See, look at him. He's watching out for you no matter what, even if he's wrong.
Yep.
Who has the most exes?
Definitely Paul.
I think so.
Who has the most exes that are still around? Or
that
live with each other?
That's not the question.
Who has the most exes in the same place?
That wasn't the question.
In the same house. Who is the most likely to send a dirty text in the middle of the day?
Paul Connell.
You got mail.
Paulie.
I like that. All right. Last one. Who is most likely to walk around the house naked?
Who is most likely? Who only walks around the house naked?
It's too hot in here.
One. Dolores, yeah, I can see that.
Dolores raises her hand for the win.
They keep their house at like what degrees, Dolores?
75.
You seem
I love that.
I send her pictures.
You love that.
How I'm living.
That's so hot. That's so hot.
Oh, that is I need 75 or hotter, Paulie.
Melissa, I've got 18-foot windows, right? They're open shades. She's standing there, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? She's like, what?
I know.
You're fucking naked.
They can see you.
Neighbors, I've got cats. The cats are on the windows like this.
I walk around naked all the time. I was Swiffering naked, like in the condos next door.
You're in front of your kids?
Oh, yeah. I don't care.
That's so hysterical.
It's nothing. They don't think anything anymore. Like boobs and nothing is not a big deal.
Yeah, I used to walk around naked when I lived just with the girls. Now I don't anymore.
Never walked around naked in my life until here.
Well, yeah, because it's all I used to. So it's perfect.
That says something, though. No. But and that says something. Paul, she's like, come and get me anytime.
Yeah.
I do.
I go to bed naked. Louie and I both go to bed naked. I mean, sometimes I go to bed with lingerie, then it comes off.
I go to bed with little tidy whities on.
I'm wearing Josh's underwear right now, FYI. You guys, That was the best.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah,
that was so much fun.
That was like being out to dinner.
Was worth the wait, Melissa.
Yes.
Isn't it worth
Melissa, what about Teresa?
No, Teresa, of course. But she's been talking to me for
forever. I've been sweet talking this man. My husband doesn't even get the sweet talks that I've been giving to Paulie. Okay.
Now, first I was
we really love you guys.
I was
really.
a little bit. Oh my God, Dolores! I don't know how to answer. What do I say to this girl?
This hoe, this blonde crazy bitch.
You won all our hearts, Melissa. She's always had mine.
Yeah, I know.
I love you guys so much. The whole family.
Yeah, love you guys.
I don't have to. The kids, everybody. Like, you know.
Thanks for having us.
Wow, what a episode, Teresa. Thank you so much, Dolores and Paulie, for joining us today. And of course, thank you guys for listening every single Wednesday. We love you so much. And thank you to our super dope sponsor, Green Pan. Go to greenpan.us and use promo code Namaste to get 30% off your entire order, plus free shipping on orders over $99. And you guys, don't forget, you need to follow, rate, and review Namaste Bitches wherever you get your podcasts. And guess what? You can follow us on Instagram too. That's at Namaste Bitches Pod. Teresa, where can they find you?
At Teresa Judice.
And I am at Melissa Feaster. You guys, we love you. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next Wednesday.
See ya, Namaste Bitches. Love, love, love.
All month long on Pluto TV, stream the biggest Tyler Perry movies free. Watch your favorites like Medea's Witness Protection and Medea's Big Happy Family. Join Tyler Perry as he goes on a couples retreat with Sharon Leal in Why Did I Get Married? Or Idris Elba and Gabrielle Union in the Tyler Perry directed film Daddy's Little Girls. Plus, Pluto TV has hundreds of channels with thousands more movies and TV shows available on live and on demand. Download